Hello students, in this video we are going to solve some extra exercise for chapter 5. The chapter name is Separation of Substance, class 6, subject science, NCERT. So before starting this exercise, let me recall what we had learned in this chapter. So we had seen that a mixture is made up of two or more than two components, and the components can be either solid, liquid or gaseous. Then we had seen what is separation. So the process of separating the components of a mixture is called separation. And there are many different methods we had seen in this chapter for the separation of substance, like hand picking, threshing, winnowing, sieving, sedimentation, decantation, filtration, evaporation and condensation. These are some common methods that is used to separate substance from their mixtures. In the hand picking, we had seen that this method of separation is used to slightly larger size impurities, pieces of stone, husk and other grains. To separate this kind of materials from the grains, we are using this method. Then we had seen winnowing. So winnowing is used to separate heavier and lighter components of a mixture using wind or by blowing air, and husk is separated from heavier grains by winnowing. Then after we had seen filtration. In that we had seen that if a mixture has particles of different size, then this difference of the size of the particles we can use to separate them by the process of sieving and filtration. And filtration can also be used to separate components of a mixture of an insoluble solid in a liquid. And sieving we are using when these two components are in solid state. Then we had seen decantation. So in a mixture of sand and water, the heavier sand particles settle down at the bottom and the water can be poured out, and this method is known as the decantation. Then after we had seen evaporation. So the process of converting water into its vapor, water vapor, is called evaporation. Then we had seen condensation. So the process of converting water vapor into its liquid form is known as the condensation. Then after we had seen what is saturated solution. So the solution is said to be saturated if it cannot dissolve more of the dissolved substance in the solution at a given temperature, then that solution is known as the saturated solution. Then we had seen method for making saturated solution, how we can make this saturated solution. In that we had seen that we pour half a cup of water in a beaker. Then after you have to add 1 teaspoon of salt and you have to stir it well until the salt dissolves completely in the water. Now you have to repeat this process until you see that some salt remains undissolved and settles at the bottom of the beaker. The solution thus you get is the saturated solution. Then after we had seen that on cooling a saturated solution, the amount of substance which is dissolved in the solution is decreases and it settles at the bottom of the beaker again. And water dissolves different amount of soluble substance in it. So these are the different things we had seen in this chapter. Then after we had seen hard words and textbook solution for this chapter. So here the hard words are again given to you. I hope you had written this already in your notebook. Let me quickly recall these hard words. In that, first one is churning. The spelling is given to you already, that is CHURNING, churning. Next is condensation, CONDENSATION. DENSATION, condensation. Next, third number is decantation. So it's DECANTATION, decantation. Fourth number is evaporation. EVAPORATION, evaporation. Fifth number is filtration. FILTRATION, filtration. Sixth number is handpicking. HANDPICKING, handpicking. Next, seventh number is saturated solution. SATURATED, and for solution SOLUTION. Next, eighth number is sedimentation. SEDIMENTATION, sedimentation. Next, ninth number is sieving. SIEVING, sieving. Next, 10th number is solution, that we had already seen. SOLUTION, solution. Next, 11th number is threshing. THRESHING, threshing. And last one is winnowing. WINNOWING, winnowing. So these are the hard words, and then after you have to write the textbook solution in the notebook. And now let me start this extra exercise for this chapter. That first question is choose the correct option. First one, which of the following method is used to separate stones from grains? Which method we are using to separate stones, husk, like this, impurities from the grains? The options are given to you, that is hand picking, threshing, evaporation and decantation. So here the answer is already ticked, that is option A, hand picking. We are using hand picking method to separate stones from the grains. In that we are separating these impurities like stone, husk and other grains from the grains, given grain. Next, second number, which of the following method is used to separate husk from the grains? Which method we are using to separate only husk from the grains? The options are given to you, that is hand picking, winnowing, sieving and none of this. So here the answer is given to you, that is winnowing. If only husk is there in the given grains, then we can remove we can separate this husk from the grains by the method of winnowing, in which we are using blowing air or wind. So this is winnowing. Next is, which of the following methods is used to separate bran from the wheat flour? So here the bran means the outer covering, or you can say husk or stalk from the wheat flour. How we can remove this bran from the wheat flour? So the options are given to you, that is hand picking, winnowing, sieving and all of this. So sieving, option C, sieving is used to separate bran from the wheat flour, in which we are using the sieve. Next, fourth number is, which is used to separate bran from wheat flour? The options are given to you, that is winnowing fan, sieve, strainer and all of this. So as earlier we had discussed already, sieving method is used to separate bran from the wheat flour, and we are using in this process, we are using a sieve in which the smaller particles of the wheat flour we are getting below the sieve, and the bigger particles of the bran that we can collect in the sieve. So sieve is used for this method. Next, fifth number is, which device is used for winnowing? The options are given to you, that is winnowing fan, sieve, filter paper and all of these. So answer is already here given to you, that is option A, winnowing fan. In this method we are using the blowing air or wind, and if wind is not there, then we can also use the winnowing fan, and by this the air of the by this winnowing fan, we can separate the husk from the grains. So for that, winnowing fan is used in the winnowing method. Next, 6 number, which process is used for separating a mixture of two liquids that do not mix with each other? If the two liquids are not mixing with each other like oil and water, then which method we will use? The options are given to you, that is sieving, filtration, decantation and evaporation. So the answer here is given to you, that is decantation. In this we have to keep the mixture at the rest. So after some time we will notice that the different layer is formed between these two liquids, and we can pour the liquid which is not mixed with water. So we can, in the example of oil and water, we can pour the oil in the another container. So by this method we can separate the oil and water. So this method is known as the decantation. So the if two liquids are not mixing with each other, then decantation method is used to separate this kind of liquids. Next, 7th number, which process is used for separating solid impurities from a liquid? The options are given to you, that is filtration, evaporation, condensation and none of these. So filtration method that we had seen, so to separate these solid impurities like soil particles, sand, we are using this filtration method. In that we are using a thin piece of cloth or filter paper to separate these solid impurities from the liquid. Next, 8th number, which process is used to separate dissolved solids from water? So if the solid substance is dissolved in water, we had seen the examples of sugar and salt that is dissolved in water. So to separate this sugar and salt from the water, which method we had used? The options are given to you, that is filtration, decantation, evaporation and condensation. So the answer is already given to you, that is evaporation. In that we are converting water into its vapor, or we are boiling the water, so it can get converted into the water vapor, and at the end in the container or in the vessel we are left with this solid dissolved substance, or we can get sugar and salt. So evaporation method is used to separate dissolved solids from the water. Next, 9th number, which process is used to separate salt from salt solution? As in the previous MCQ we had discussed, to separate sugar or salt from its solution, we are using the evaporation method. So here the answer is evaporation. Next, 10th number, which two processes are used to obtain pure water from the sea water? From the sea water, how we can get pure water? The options are given to you, that is decantation and filtration, filtration and evaporation, evaporation and condensation, decantation and evaporation. So here your answer is evaporation and condensation. First we are converting water into its vapor, and after that we are cooling down this water vapor, and we are getting the pure water from the sea water. So for that we are using this evaporation and condensation method to get pure water from the sea water. So here our MCQ gets over. Next question is question 2, that is fill in the blanks. In that first blank, the process of removing impurities from water by letting them settle at the bottom of the container and then removing them is called blank. So this process is known as the decantation. In the example of mixture of sand and water, we had seen that the heavier sand particles settle down at the bottom and the water can be poured into the another container. So this process is known as the decantation. So here your answer is decantation. This spelling is given to you, DECANTATION, decantation. Next question, second blank. If a mixture of chalk powder, sugar and sand are mixed in water, blank gets dissolved in water. So here your answer is sugar. The three options are given to you, that is chalk powder, sugar and sand. So in these three, chalk powder and sand are not dissolved in water, they are insoluble substance in water, and sugar get dissolved in the water. It is soluble substance in water. So here your answer is sugar. Next, third number, the process of separating sand from mixture of sand and water is called blank. So at the end we had separated the sand, all these sand particles from the water by the method of filtration. So this method is known as the filtration. So here your answer is filtration. Filtration, filtration. Next, fourth number, blank and blank are used to obtain pure water from sea water. So evaporation and condensation are used to obtain pure water from the sea water. Your answer is evaporation and condensation. Next, fifth number, blank is used to separate soluble solid substance from liquid. So evaporation method is used to separate soluble solid substance from the liquid. So your answer is evaporation. Next, sixth number is a mixture of solute and solvent is called blank. So it is known as the solution. This is also the definition of solution, that a mixture of solute and solvent is known as the solution. So here your answer is solution. So here our fill in the blanks, that is question 2 gets over. Next question 3 is write answer in one word. So here question 3 is given to you. Write answer in one word. In that first one is the heavier components in the mixture settle down at the bottom after water is added to it. What is this process called? So this process, the process of settling down the heavier particles in a mixture is known as the sedimentation. So here your answer is sedimentation, sedimentation. Then removing of this water from the mixture by pouring it into the another beaker is known as the decantation. Don't get confused between this sedimentation and decantation. The process of settling down the heavier components at the bottom of the container is known as the sedimentation, and removing of the water by pouring it into the another beaker is known as the decantation. Next is, for removing which type of impurities from water is filtration method used? In filtration method, which impurities from the water we can remove? So here your answer is insoluble impurities. Insoluble impurities like soil particles, sand particles, stones, we can remove this kind of impurities from the water by the method of filtration. So here your answer is insoluble impurities. Next is, what is the name of the process of separating grains from stalk? So this process is known as the threshing. The name of the process of separating grains from the stalk is known as the threshing. In that we had seen we have to beat the stalks on a harder object to get the grains, so that grains separated from these stalks. So this process is known as the threshing. Next, fourth number, what is the name of the process used to separate heavier and lighter components of a mixture by wind? So this process is known as the winnowing. In winnowing, we are separating heavier and lighter components, or the components of the mixture, by the blowing air or by the wind, and in this the difference between these two components is there in their weight. The one component should be heavier and another component should be lighter, like the mixture of husk and grains. Next, fifth number, which process is used to obtain salt from seawater? to obtain salt from the seawater, which method we are using or which process we are doing? So we are doing evaporation to get salt from the seawater. So evaporation is your answer. Next, 6th number, what is the name of the process that is used to separate seeds and solid pulp particles from the freshly prepared fruit juice? So this method is known as the filtration. To remove the seeds and solid pulp particles from the freshly prepared fruit juice, we are using filtration, and in that we are using strainer to separate these different components. Next, 7th number, which process is used to separate fine sand, that means thin or small sand particles, from a heap of sand required for plaster? So this method is known as the sieving, or sieving process is used to separate small sand particles from the heap of sand in which the big big sand particles or stones or even clumps of the soils are also present there. So to remove all these bigger size components from the thin sand particles which are required for the plaster, we are using sieving process at the construction site. Next, 8 number, which process will you use to remove impurities and bran from the wheat flour? So this we had already seen, sieving method, and a tool used for this method is sieve. So we are using this sieving process to remove impurities and bran from the wheat flour. Next, 9th number, by the help of which process do the farmers separate lighter husk particles from the seeds? So this we had seen that if the weight of the two different components are different, that is one is lighter and one is heavier like seeds and husk, then we are using winnowing. So that farmers are also using this winnowing method to separate the lighter husk particles from the seeds. Next, 10th number question, by the help of which process do we remove the excess water from the mixture used in preparing cottage cheese, you can say paneer, at home? So how we can get separated this cottage cheese from the water or the excess water? How we can remove this excess water? So for that, filtration method is used to separate or to remove this excess water from the mixture of cottage cheese and water. So the answer is filtration. Here are our question answers, that is answer in one word gets over, question 3 gets over. Now next question, that is question 4, is write true or false. So let me see now true false. Question 4 is write true or false. In that first one, we cannot separate a substance dissolved in water by simply filtration. So your answer is true. We cannot separate the substance that is dissolved in water by the filtration method, like the solution of salt and sugar in the water. We cannot separate the sugar and salt from this water. So filtration is not used for this method or to separate dissolved substance in the water. Next, second true false is the substance that gets dissolved in water is called solvent. So here your answer is false. That substance is known as the solute. The substance which get dissolved in the water is known as the solute. Water in this mixture is known as the solvent, and the whole mixture, a combination of this mixture, is known as the solution. Next is, in a sugar solution, sugar is solute and water is solvent. So here your answer is true. In the solution of sugar, this sugar, that means which we are dissolving in water, is known as the solute. Here the water in which we are dissolving the sugar is known as the solvent, and the whole mixture is known as the solution. So here your answer is true. Next, fourth number, a mixture of salt and sugar can be separated by evaporation. So here your answer is false. We cannot separate this salt and sugar mixture by the method of evaporation. Next is the process of separating grains from dry stalks is called winnowing. So here again your answer is false. The process of separating grains from the dry stalks is known as the threshing. It is not known as the winnowing. So here your answer is false. Next, 6th number, wind is necessary for winnowing. So here your answer is true. Wind is necessary for the winnowing method as we are removing husk or lighter particles from the heavier particles by blowing air or wind. So wind is important or necessary for the method of winnowing. Next, 7th number is filtration is used to separate soluble substance from water. So here your answer is false. Filtration is used to separate insoluble or the substance which are not dissolved in water. So to separate this kind of substance from the water we are using, or we can use filtration. For the soluble substance we cannot use the filtration method. So here your answer is false. Next, 8th number, saturated solution is not saturated at all the temperatures. So here your answer is true. Saturated solution is not saturated at all the temperature, as in the chapter we had seen that if we are cooling down this solution, then the saturated solution or the substance which we are dissolving in the water, we are getting that collected or they settle down at the bottom of the container or bottom of the beaker, and if we are boiling or giving heat to this solution, then we can dissolve more amount of this substance. So we can say that the saturated solution is not saturated at all the temperature. It depends on the temperature. As we are increasing or decreasing the temperature, we are changing the temperature, the amount of the dissolved substance can also be increase or decrease. Now next, 9th number, in a definite amount of water at constant temperature, if 15 grams of salt is added, it forms a saturated solution. And in the same amount of water at the same temperature, if 15 grams of sugar is added, it also makes a saturated solution. So here your answer is false. For the different substances that are dissolved in water like sugar and salt, the saturated solution is different. We cannot dissolve the same amount of substance in the same amount of water at the same temperature. That is, we cannot dissolve 15 grams of salt or 15 grams of sugar in the same amount of water, and in the same temperature we cannot get the saturated solution. The amount of this substance is different for different kinds of substance. That we had seen in the chapter in the last activity, that it takes different amount for this substance to get the saturated solution. So here your answer is false. Next is, a saturated solution is one in which no more solute can be dissolved. So here your answer is true. For a given temperature, a saturated solution is the solution in which we cannot solute or we cannot dissolve more amount of that substance. So here your answer is true. Next, 11th number is, in a mixture of kerosene and water, water floats on kerosene. So here your answer is false. Water will not float on the kerosene. So your answer is false. So here our true false gets over. So in this video we had seen some of the extra exercise for this chapter. That is, in the question 1 we had seen the choose the correct option. In the next question, in the question 2, we had seen fill in the blanks. Then after, in the third question we had seen write the answer in one word. And in this fourth question we had seen write true or false. So this all 4 exercise or question 1 to 4. This exercise you have to write in your notebook You will get this file in your study material and you have to write this exercise in your notebook. This is your homework for this chapter. The rest of the exercise, that is answer in one sentence, then after definition and short answer type question, we will see in the next video. Thank you.